There is no sex act that is more high risk, high reward than butt stuff. If you like to live dangerously like me, then you probably enjoy putting your pee-pee in a girl's butthole from time to time. But anal sex can be a hazardous hobby if you do not know what you're doing. So today I'm going to go over some horror stories from my career in hopes that they serve as a warning to you. Now this story I like to call the lost butt plug of doom. Now I was in a hotel room, and this was back when I was in the swingers scene. So basically it was me and a girl I met through the swingers scene, and this other couple who I met through the swingers scene. And basically me and the dude, we just took turns bouncing back and forth between these two girls, all having a good old fun time. And then the girls played together as well. Now, the girl that I had brought, she had decided to wear a butt plug for the entirety of the evening. She had it in her butt before she got to the party, and she had it in her butt while we're all playing around and having a good time, because she wanted to end up having some butt sex later that night. Now, what ended up happening was, in the throes of passion, at some point, she stops, feels back between her butt cheeks, and realizes that the butt plug isn't there anymore. It's mysteriously disappeared. And so all four of us are now looking around, moving the sheets, moving the pillows, looking around the floor, looking around the whole bedroom, trying to find this butt plug. And we're like, where the hell did this thing go? And then she realizes she can still feel it. This thing has, during the course of intercourse, at some point, somehow, probably because she had a pretty loose butthole, has slipped inside of her. And your good old pal Stirling is a gentleman, and so he goes in to fish the thing out. Basically, having to work my hand's way into one of her crevices and get that old boy back out of there again. Now, luckily, she had done her prep work beforehand, so it wasn't messy at all. That was a very fortunate circumstance. However, I was not so fortunate the next time this kind of mistake happened. Now, this was an old girlfriend of mine, actually, and she'd never done any anal sex in her entire life, never done any butt stuff in her entire life. And so we were playing around with it. So we got her a butt plug. I said, wear this for a bit, get used to it. And then we're having some fun, having sex with her in doggy style, and I'm doing the old, I'm just tapping it. You know, the butt plug's kind of going in and out as I'm going in and out, right? It's a bit of a back and forth thing going on there. And I'm just lightly tapping my thumb on it until I tap a little bit too hard, and the thing slips in to the butthole and then proceeds to turn, and I can see it as it's going in. It then proceeds to turn sideways. So it's not a case of me just fishing it out like that. I have to get my fingers in there and hook on the damn thing and turn and pull. This poor girl, who's never had anything in her butthole up until that point, ends up having half my fist in her ass purely to fish out this goddamn butt plug. And unfortunately, she had not prepped properly prior to this experience, so it was, not very pleasant, to say the least. That's why you always should get your girl to prep before anal sex, gentlemen. Now, even the professionals will make this kind of mistake from time to time. When you work on a porn set, and you're shooting an anal scene, a lot of these girls will douche, and they'll prep, and they will starve themselves, actually. They won't eat very much in the several hours leading up towards the scene to clean out the colon, right? Make sure things are nice and tidy and safe. Now, I remember the first time I was shooting for Evil Angel. I was ending up shooting with this girl, and it's the anal scene. And at one point in the shoot, I'm inside of her booty hole, and the director says to her, all right, now turn around and suck his dick. So she hops off, flips around, is about this close, this far away from putting my pee-pee in her mouth. And as she's popped off and flipped around, I've noticed that there is what shall we say? There is an unwelcome guest on the end of my knob. There is a bit of residue, a bit of remnants from her insides is on the end of my knob, and she is just about without even looking. She didn't even check. She's just like instinct, straight in the mouth. And luckily, because I'm a gentleman, I call cut and I literally like put my hand on her head, bang, to stop her from doing something she absolutely would have regretted. Now, I hope these stories haven't actually scared you from trying anal sex with your lady friend, because there is a correct way to prep and a correct way to ease a woman into a pleasurable anal sex experience. And if you'd like to learn exactly how to do that, then watch this video right here.